Yo, man, what's up, buddy? How we doing? What's up, guys? Alan and Hugo checking in. Hope you guys are having a good Monday, or whenever you're watching this, you're having a good day. Excuse me, but I'm heading out to grab a quick bite at lunch real quick here, and as you guys can see, it's finally stopped snowing. The sun came out. It snowed pretty much all day yesterday on Sunday. And at this point, I'm gonna go grab some lunch here, and got an idea for a video concept that I thought I'd talk to you guys about. And it's gonna surprise you for sure, because I really do love this truck overall, and I think anybody that's new to the channel is gonna know that I absolutely love this truck. We've had it since last fall, and this thing's been nothing but awesome. So but the topic of the video, let's just get to it here. But the topic of the video today is going to be the 4 things that we're going to say dislike or don't like about the 2018 Dodge Ram Cummins 2500 Laramie Crew Cab Sport. So at this point, I have about 8,721 miles on it. I bought it new last fall. If you guys are new to the channel, I actually traded in a 2014 Lexus GS350F Sport, and then my not completely, but pretty built Jeep SRT Turbo that I had, quite a bit of work done with Adam at AD Motorsports. But the real reason behind this purchase, for those that are new to the channel, was I'm passionate about motorsports, and specifically in that garage right there, I have a 91 MR2 Turbo, and usually I would have a 2011 Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution GSR that I bought new back in 2011, and that car I do road racing with. And this year, starting April 6th and 7th, I'm going to be doing Gridlife, so I'll put a link in the description for that. But basically it's a kind of like a time attack thing for those that aren't familiar with it. So road course racing, things like Mid-Ohio, Road Atlanta, Road America, things of that nature. So but like I said, point of today's video, and the reason that I bought this thing, was for towing that Evo to the racetrack in the MR2 eventually, and pursuing my passion of motorsports. So that was the big reason that we purchased this thing, and honestly at this point it's became a huge fan favorite on the channel. So that's the reason we did things like tuning it, and we continue to modify it and have fun with it, because you guys seem to love it. So with that being said, we're going to talk about the 4 things that I don't like about it. And I think first on the list here, let me get my list out here. You guys know I love my lists. Let's see here. There we go. But the first thing on the list that I wanted to talk about, and I don't think this will come as a surprise for any of you guys that have been watching for a while, is the lighting. I really, honestly can't stand the lighting on this vehicle. It doesn't have HIDs, it's halogen all the way around. It has a little bit of LED lights like under the mirrors here, and there's a few LED accents. Like I do have the LED third brake light on this and the LED tail lights, but they don't have LED reverse lights. They don't have LED license plate lights. They don't have HID headlights. So basically it just really makes it tough to see when you're driving with this vehicle at night, especially with the headlights in the front, and if you're trying to hook up a trailer in the back, and if it's nighttime out and you're doing the old backup camera right here, it pretty much makes it impossible to see. Not impossible, but very difficult. And once again, especially coming from a newer Lexus that had all the modern lighting and the nice backup cameras and stuff, this really does seem, for a car that's a 2018 or a truck that's a 2018, I just think that they could do better. I've had some bad luck too with the lighting, so anybody that's new to the channel, once again, I've had some bad luck with the lighting. I went ahead and purchased this lighting. I've had nothing but problems with this, with the CAN bus system telling me that I have lights out, and basically they'll work intermittently, and so that hasn't been ideal at all actually. So I did go ahead and make a purchase. We'll make a separate video about it, but I'll throw up a couple pictures on the screen just for fun. But I did go ahead and make a purchase based on your guys' recommendations in the last video, so thank you. And visited the Headlight Revolution website, excuse me. And yeah, I basically bought a complete upgrade for the whole truck. So I have interior lights, I have reverse lights, I have license plate lights, and I have the HID headlights, and so this is all top of the line stuff. And I supposedly, according to the reviews and all you guys in the comments, shouldn't have a problem with the CAN bus system or getting those warnings on the dash right there, saying that basically that I had lights out. And once again, I didn't have any issues with these things until it started getting cold. So thank God I didn't have both of them installed and just had the one installed, because otherwise I would have no lights at all. And then I'd probably be a lot more frustrated, truthfully. So yeah, that's definitely the worst thing about this truck, especially once again for a 2018 vehicle. I just think that it could be, a lot better in my opinion. So let's go ahead and get backed out here, make sure we don't smoke anybody, because it looks like we have a couple neighbors out here. Let's see here. Okay. All right, so let's get to number 2 on the list here. And number 2 on the list is, and I could probably move this one around, but I put down transmission. And it's not that I have any specific problems with the actual transmission in this truck, or the 6.8 RFE that everybody complains about. They can't hold power, they're junk. And it's one of the big drawbacks, according to a lot of people, on these trucks. But I'm gonna have to agree with them and disagree with them. So I would agree with them in the sense that you have to throw money at it, and you have to get it built before you can really kind of even max out the stock turbo or stock fuel system on this truck. So you really have to throw some money at it and upgrade a few things inside the transmission, things like the valve body, the clutches, things of that nature, the torque converter. So I guess the bad news is that it won't handle much more than about 500 wheel horsepower, low 500 wheel, before it needs, some pretty significant upgrades, or at least some kind of upgrades. So, but once again, I think the positives are that it is upgradable versus the Ison. That's in the 3500s, and I think it's an option for the 2500 as well. So there's no tuning available for those transmissions, there's no upgrades available, whereas you can get these things built to hold 1,000 wheel horsepower and set up with trans brakes and all kinds of crazy stuff for drag racing. So like I said, it's kind of a double-edged sword with that, but it's just disappointing knowing that the Power Strokes and the Duramaxes with tunes only can be 550 wheel horsepower, and I'm limited really because of the transmission. Otherwise, if I had an Allison transmission in this thing, with a tune only, I could do the same thing, 550, 560 to the wheel, once again on a low reading Mustang dyno. So transmission would be number 2. Next up on my list here, and I should get out and show you guys, but I don't think I need to, is the tailgate. So, and I know some people would would basically say, Alan, why are you complaining about it? Blah, 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 blah. Well, the reason I'm complaining about it, folks, is this is a 2018 truck. So granted, I realized that, the 2019s just came out, and, all the manufacturers offer, pretty cool options in terms of tailgate assist, whether it's automated with the remote, whether it's a shock absorber on the actual tailgate so it just doesn't fall and drop. Because basically this thing's got nothing on it. You open the tailgate and it just falls, and it's got a little cable on it that holds it up, and that's it. So it's very old school, very primitive. And once again, all the new trucks have some sort of tailgate assist, if not, multiple options. So I did buy the shock absorber that I've shown you guys before. It's sitting down here in the door. Let me grab it since I'm pulling up to a stoplight here. But I did buy this thing right here, the tailgate assist that we'll put on pretty quick here, and that should help out obviously. But to me, on a 2018 truck that costs $71,000, $72,000 new, like this one did, I just think that it should have a better setup from a tailgate perspective than just a safety cable and letting it fall, which once again isn't convenient with daily use and women using it like Sam, and I would guess eventually those hinges and the tailgate in general are going to take quite a bit of abuse. So that's my complaint with the tailgate. And number 4, the last one on my list here, and this one, and once again, all these things I kind of struggle with. I really genuinely, outside the lighting on the truck, I love this truck. So these other things are, I'm like splitting hairs on this stuff, and it's not the end of the world. But number 4 on the list is going to be gearing. And so what I mean by that is this truck has a 342 gear ratio in it, or a rear axle ratio in it, which is awesome for things like you know, fuel economy and keeping the noise down on the highway when you're sitting there at 75, 85, 90 miles an hour. You know, you're not gonna be at 2,000-3,000 RPM. You're gonna be very low in the RPM range. So obviously that's great, but what's not great about it is if you want to throw a bigger set of tires on this thing, you know, because I mean, truthfully, the Duramaxes and the Power Strokes have a 373, you know, axle ratio available or gear ratio available on their 2,500 trucks. So it'd just be nice. I don't need a 410 or anything, you know, more aggressive than that. And I know the 410s are available in the 3,500s or the dualies, but I think it would be nice to have a 373, something right in the middle, and it would allow you to, you know, get a bigger wheel and tire package without having to worry about, you know, the long gears and you know, having the additional rotational mass that the big wheels and tires, the 35s, the 37s, the 40s, you know, bring to the equation, or to the table, I should say. So once again, it's not the end of the world. You know, the pros are the gas mileage is awesome, keeps it quiet on the highway, but I think it could be a little bit peppier, a little bit quicker, faster accelerating if we could just have a little bit more aggressive, like I said, gear ratio. And it also would help out the guys that want to upgrade and lift them and put the bigger wheels and tires on. So that is an upgrade that I'm considering down the road, going with something like a 410 front and rear. I think it's about $3 or $4 grand parts and labor to get something like that done. So that is something that I'm considering, especially if I want to plus size or lift the truck or go with bigger tires. So comment below, let me know what you guys think. I'd love to hear your opinion on anything I've talked about in the video. I'm by no means an expert. This is just my opinion, you know, and 9,000 miles of ownership almost. So hope you guys like stuff like this. If you do, please make sure you're subscribing to the channel. Lots of new content coming. I'm looking to continue to make 2 to 3 videos a week, and then once summer hits and racing season starts, hopefully we can, you know, do 3 or 4. So you know, I do have a full-time job and a family, so that does limit me in terms of what I can do, but the channel's growing faster than ever. You guys seem to absolutely love the truck, the Ram here. So like I said in previous videos, I'm just going to keep rolling with it. So appreciate your support. Make sure you smash that thumbs up button, or the like button, and like I said, make sure you're subscribing, and we'll have much more stuff coming at you, and we'll check back in. Peace.